have historical moments with Leanna Hal. Would you like to come up?
Yep. Okay, I'm here for a couple of reasons. One reason is that I want to thank the town board for allowing me to go to different meetings. I was at the Genesee Country Museum last week, which was very, very nice. They gave us a book and they gave us lots of these little event calendars. And of course, just getting to go know better the other people in Monroe County area. And next week, I'm going down to Penn Yan for Region 12, which it's always good to know what's going on around you, because last fall, hopefully we'll be cleaning some of the gravestones. And last fall, I went to another historical meeting, and a wonderful booklet was made up for all the people there, several historians who do this apparently for a job, a part-time job, cleaning gravestones. So I was able to make sure that everybody on the board had that. And another thing too, tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
It is.
It's been a busy week. Tomorrow, the Hilton Historical Society, they're coming to have their meeting at the Academy. So I'm going to host them over there, which is always very nice to have someone else come in and check and see what you've done with buildings and everything. And everybody kind of supports everybody else if you do that. Another thing too, I mentioned this morning about the Revolutionary War veterans, and I was surprised that one Revolutionary War veteran, I thought from the time I was a child, was out in West Clarkson Cemetery. He's not there. But I was in contact with Hamlin, and they said, well, they are redoing their building, so they had a lot of stuff packed away, and they didn't think they could help me. Until later this afternoon, Bonnie Beardsley, who helps out the historian, she came and she dropped off cards, 3x5 cards, information, so that she did find that were done by Mary Smith. And Mary Smith, past Hamlin historian, was one of the best researchers I've ever come across. She was great. So anyhow, the thing that came out of this meeting at Genesee Country Museum, the Sons of the American Revolution were there. And they gave a certificate of commemoration to all the towns who had people in the revolution. So I want to present that so it can be hung up here.
Yay. How nice.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
And thank you again for supporting me. That's
You're welcome.
Thanks,
you.
Leanna. This is impressive that they would give that to you for all the towns that were in attendance.
And unfortunately, Hamlin didn't get one because Hamlin wasn't Hamlin until 1852.
Oh.
And then the people that kind of came in were later than that. They were down in the Black North, you know. So the ones that usually went downward there were the ones that had been acknowledged in the town of Clarkson. And on that commemoration, there's some that I just don't know where their graves are. And speaking to the girl from Hamlin, she says, well, I have a relative. This is a relative of the Spur family in Clarkson. She says, I have a relative that was buried in a cemetery that used to exist on the corner of Sweden Walker Road and Lawrence Road. Well, the corner, I think, is where the creek went through, and they eventually put a bridge. And when I was growing up, I was told that there was once a graveyard there, and I said, well, where is it? Well, one of the barns around has the gravestones. What? Who knows which barn? Who knows where the gravestones have gone? And I'm definitely not a kid anymore, so I don't know if I could go back. I'd be riding my bike around in the area looking at people's barns. I'd get in trouble probably then too. So unless I went in and volunteered to milk a cow. But
You won't want to ride your bike on Sweden Walker and Lawrence Road
oh,
anymore.
not now.
No.
No, people get killed that way.
This is
I
true.
know.
Thanks,
So thank you
Leanna.
very much.
You're quite welcome. Open forum, anything? Nothing? Okay, we'll move on. Old business, this is the resolution that we pulled back from the last meeting because we didn't have everything, completely in order. I gave my agenda away to you. Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, number one, appoint member to Board of Assessment Review. Whereas the town of Clarkson has a board of assessment review consisting of 5 members, and whereas a vacancy has occurred, and whereas a town board member appointments are prescribed in Rural Property Tax Law 523-3, as prescribed, in Real Property Tax Law Section 523-3 shall be for a 5-year term of office. The term of office shall begin on October 1st and end on September 30th, 5 years later. And whereas persons appointed on a date other than October 1st to fill an unexpired term shall serve until September 30th when that term ends. And whereas it is the desire of the town board to appoint a new member to the Board of Assessment Review to complete the unexpired term created by the vacancy. Now therefore be it resolved to appoint Patty Thayer of 8518 West Ridge Road, Clarkson, New York, to the position of Board of Assessment Review member, effective April 14th, 2026, and ending September 30th, 2030. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion on this? We had the discussion last time, so this is just the corrected resolution for the, reflecting the actual dates of her term. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Number 2 is Town of Clarkson Hafner Park Improvement Project Seeker Resolution designating lead agency. Whereas the town of Clarkson Town Board, hereinafter referred to as Town Board, on March 10th, 2026, declared its intent to be designated the lead agency for the Town of Clarkson Hafner Park Improvements Project, hereinafter referred to as Action, under the provisions of the State Environmental Quality Review Regulations, also known as SEEKR. And whereas the town board has provided written notices to this effect to the involved and interested agencies, and whereas the town board has not received any written objections from the involved agencies to the board being designated as the lead agency under the SEEKR regulations, and whereas the town board has previously determined that it is the most appropriate agency to ensure the coordination of this action and for making the determination of significance thereon under the SEEKR regulations. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby designate itself as the lead agency for the action identified herein. May I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, are there any, are there any questions or discussion? I really don't have any discussion or explanation other than this is just protocol. That's one of the steps that we have to take, that MRB lets us know we have to do in order to pursue with the project at Hafner Park. So it's one of the requirements of, as part of the grant that we recently received. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, number 3. Whereas, or the Town of Clarkson Hafner Park Improvements Project SEEKR Resolution Determination of Environmental Significance. This is a piggyback on the previous resolution. Whereas the Town of Clarkson, hereinafter referred to as Town Board, has determined the Town of Clarkson Hafner Park Improvements Project, hereinafter referred to as Action, to be a Type 1 action pursuant to Part 617 of the State Environmental Quality Review Regulations, also known as SEEKR. And whereas the town board has reviewed and accepted the completed full environmental assessment form parts 1, 2, and 3, including the supporting information on the action prepared by the MRB group, hereinafter referred to as town engineer. And whereas the town board has completed the coordinated review and public comment period provided for under the SEEKR regulations, And whereas the town board has designated itself as lead agency under the seeker regulations for making the determination of significance upon said action on a separate resolution at the April 14th, 2026 meeting. And whereas the town board has considered the criteria for determining significance as set forth in section 617.7C1 of the seeker regulations and the information contained in full environmental assessment form, parts 1, 2, and 3. Now therefore be it resolved that said action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts based on the review of the full environmental assessment form. And be it finally resolved that the town board does hereby make a determination of non-significance on said action, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign the full environmental assessment form, EAF Part 3, the negative declaration as evidence of the town board determination of environmental non-significance. It's a lot. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, if anyone has any questions on this, Attorney O'Toole will be happy to answer them. I don't know if anyone knows what the EAF even looks like. Do you guys know what that looks like? I'll show you. It's a form, but it goes through all kinds of, and generally any matters that come before the planning board, there's an environmental conservation board that they review that. But when a particular matter deems or requires the town board to be lead agency, we have to review this. So it was prepared by MRB and MRB Group, and Attorney O'Toole reviewed it on our behalf to make sure that it was accurate. But it goes through all kinds of questions like, what's the impact on the land? Is there impact on surface water? Is there impact on geological features? Impact on groundwater, impact on flooding, impact on air, plants, animals, agricultural resources, aesthetic resources, impact on historic and archaeological resources. It's a lot of pages, a lot of information, but it all needs to be considered as part of the project. So the non-significance means that we're not concerned about it, but we need to fill out that report, and we have. So we're ready to roll with it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks. And thanks for looking at that. You beat me to it. Okay. And number 4 is to approve merit increase for Building Department Assistant Andrea Rookie. This is to approve a merit increase for the Building Department Assistant Andrea Rookie from step 5 at $23.35 an hour to step 7 at $24.77 an hour, effective April 20th, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, any comments on this? I sent out the evaluation a few days ago, Monday. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Like yesterday? But I hope you've had a chance to review it, so I think we're in good shape. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries, thank you. Okay, my report, I don't have too much. Every year, Monroe County Civil Service requires us to certify its payroll. My assistant, Tammy, keeps the civil service program current with reporting its employees' titles and wages, and submitted the report before the deadline of March 30th. And we received a reply that the payroll has been certified with 0 discrepancies. On March 25th, we received a proposed map of the completed Kimball Multi-Golf Park from the contractor Avery Jenkins with Disc Golf Park. The proposed map appears to be a likeness of a larger sign that will be posted at the park showing the holes, par, distance, symbols, etc. Avery and his crew will be returning to Clarkson to complete the course during the first week of May. Our town board got it. This is kind of what it looks like. I know it's hard to see, but we can maybe make it a little bigger and, put it somewhere so everyone can look at it. But it's going to be pretty neat. So, looking forward to that being completed. On April 3rd, I received an email from MRB Group stating that the Monroe County Department of Transportation has now approved their plans for the East Avenue Sidewalk project. And now they will work on getting the required easements and then bid the project through county bid. We are working on the newsletter and plan to have it available at the beginning of May. Plans for Good Neighbor Day on Friday, August 14th is moving along nicely, including incorporating America's 250th anniversary as a focus on that day. I followed up with the United States Postal Service on the status of the post office next door. I'll pause right there. As you remember in last meeting, they let us know that they signed a lease for a suite up in the Clarkson Plaza. But since then, they have advised us that there's a 2-year extension for this post office, for our current post office. It will remain status quo for 2 years, I'm told. Today, I received April's edition of the Erie Canal News, and I've asked that it be posted to Facebook with a link for easy access for residents to access. I could probably run a couple copies. It's just, this is in black and white, we're trying to save color, but it's got lots of ideas and they've always got activities. It's amazing what they do and what they put together for the Erie Canal. So there'll be a link on our Facebook page, and I think our website also has a Erie Canal page. I'll have them put the link there, but it's good information for those of us who do use the canal. Okay, and that's all I have. Who's next? Next is Town Board. Anyone?
Tomorrow night I'll be attending the library board meetings. I don't
Okay.
have the way that this one fell is actually just before it typically falls
Okay.
5 weeks after, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
For next meeting.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything to report?
All set, thank you.
Okay. Town Clerk?
Yep, I just wanted to remind everybody about the rabies clinic coming up on Thursday, May 7th. We have still a few slots available, starting at 6:15 until 7 p.m. every 15 minutes. So if anyone's interested, give us a call, 637-1130. You must have an appointment. Okay?
Thank you.
Where do you hold
It's going to be at the Clarkson Highway.
that?
Yep, right in front of Highway. It's kind of a pull-up. Pull up, come on out, and get back in and scoot. Not necessarily a drive-through, a drive-up.
I drive up,
Drive up.
Drive up.
very well directed and organized.
Yes, he does a good job. He does.
Years ago, we had those long lines.
Not that many years ago, but
I did
Yes.
that one. No, I'm not the cars. I'm talking about the people out of their cars with their animals in line.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was, I did that once. I said, yeah, I'm not coming back. I can't,
Barking and
yeah,
growling at each other.
yeah, wasn't pretty.
Scary.
Much better. Being handled much nicer now, yeah.
actually COVID changed that, where it adjusted how that's gonna, how that,
Yeah, nothing
you know,
wrong,
is portrayed out
nothing wrong
from
with
now
how
on.
it's handled
So
now. It's
a little
really,
bit more ease of
done.
operation, I think, right? Yeah.
I don't have a report from the building department. Attorney O'Toole, anything?
I'm good, thank
Okay. Highway Superintendent?
We're just addressing a ton of drainage between the town and the county concerns. A lot of logs and creeks, shoulders that are washed away, so we changed another tile today down on Lawrence Road for the county, so we got another few weeks of that. Next weekend, or next Monday, the 20th, we start brush pickup, and we'll start picking leaves up that same day. And the following Monday's the 27th, we'll start our junk drop off through May 1st, 2nd, 1st, I think it is Saturday.
25, April 25.
So, that and we started the stair project right here on the outside, so Thursday is the second pour for the lower stairs. And then we'll switch to the upstairs and then fill all it in with like retaining wall and I know Mike got some steel for the railing, so we'll get all that in.
Oh,
It'll look
good.
nice when it's done, so it definitely needed it. So, that'll do it,
Good, thank you.
yeah.
Okay, the minutes for March 24th. Is there a motion to
So
accept
moved.
the minutes? Okay,
I'll second.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. The audit is $42,945.56. May I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
Gotta be faster. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. At this time, I'm calling for